We start? Yes, you're all very welcome to this Environmental Services Committee meeting on Wednesday, the 2nd of October, here in the Town Hall. I suppose start off with a good news story, I suppose, a breaking news story really. The announcement in the last hour or two that the F5 has finally got the green light from the Minister, which is great news and a long time coming. I know for a fact that every political party has worked tirelessly on this important issue, so it's just very welcome news, and it's great that it's finally got the green light. So move on to the general list. Nobody has any comment to make? Councillor McClahary?
Yeah, we got inklings of it this morning when we were at the meeting with the Minister about the St. Lucia, and he had hoped to get it over the line this afternoon, and it was very welcome news at tea time, and I'm sure I have a statement as chair going out shortly, or it may already be out, but it is welcome news that this long overdue. It's a long time since I can remember them marking out the roads and putting up the fences the first time they started. So hopefully this time it's there and it's there to stay.
Thank you for that, John. Councillor McColgan?
You, Chair, and again, just like to welcome the announcement. The amount of deaths that have been on the road over the past number of years has been nothing short of disgraceful, and I think it's timely now that it has come, but it's been a long time in the making, so just like to welcome the announcement.
Thank you for that. Councillor Fitzgerald online, please.
Yes, thanks, Chair, for letting me in. It is a good story today, but a very emotional and a very sad time for all those families who have lost somebody. And they'll be finding it very tough this evening, but I'm sure that they'll be overjoyed that hopefully no other family will have to endure what they've endured. And secondly, I was out and about today, and there's a lot of buzz about the place. Everybody thinks that is great, that nobody else is going to be badly injured, hurt. And as well as that, it's bringing jobs into the community as well. So it's very well looked for. And the only thing is, and I hear everybody saying it, I hope to God those people who are not for the A5 don't start objecting till it again, holding it up to allow more deaths in our community. That's the one word that's coming out. Everybody's getting very angered, very annoyed, and they're waiting to see what's going to happen, you know what I mean? And they're really not up for any more skullduggery. You know, they just want the ordinary folk on the ground, want the road built. So it's a very welcome news.
Yeah, thank you for that. Councillor Donnelly online as well.
Thank you, Chair, and likewise, I mean, it's fantastic news that we have finally managed to get executive approval for this, and hopefully this is the start of a process that will ensure that the delivery of the A5 is unimpeded and we can finally get this across the line. I mean, certainly I think that what's important and what I think a lot of people are thinking about is the number of people who have lost their lives and who have been injured to date on this dangerous stretch of road. And indeed, I suppose I just want to pay my tribute to those families who have been campaigning without end over many years, and indeed the efforts of those at a grassroots level, not least the Enough is Enough campaign, who have done sterling work to ensure that this has never left the public agenda, alongside the work that's been undertaken by public representatives in this district and elsewhere to ensure that we see this progress for road safety and economic development finally happen. So just would like to welcome that, Chair.
Yeah, thank you for that. That's all comments, so move on now to the agenda. Item 1, any apologies? Councillor Robinson?
Councillor Hawkes.
Councillor Hawkes, thank you. No other apologies? Okay, we'll move on now to item 2, to sign minutes and confidential minutes of previous meeting held on the 4th of September 2024, and that was done prior to the start of the meeting. Now, item 3, any declarations of interest? Councillor Fitzgerald, you looking to come in on any?
Sorry, Chair, just lower my hand. There we
no
go.
problem. Okay, that's that was. Now, reports for decision. Item 4, Environment and Place Director Report. 4.1, to consider report on state matters. Paper A, and that's to you, John.
Thank you, Chair. So, members, this is the monthly report on estate matters. Number of items for decision and some for information. First matter for decision is in respect of a request from Enniskillen Business Improvement District. They've received some funding for installation of 2 water fountains in Enniskillen Town Centre. It requires access to a water supply. So we've been engaging with Enniskillen Bid and identified Buttermarket and Eden Street Car Park as being the 2 most suitable locations for it. So it's recommended the Council would facilitate this initiative, which supports the Council's climate change strategy and particularly in respect of reduction in single-use plastics. Secondly, we have a request from Northern Ireland Electricity Networks to install an additional pole and overhead wires and stays at Ecclesville Forest in Tallymoyle Road in Fintona. And they've requested a way leave agreement and council would be remunerated in accordance with standard way leave rates. Item 2.3 then in the paper, a number of requests for use of council property and some retrospective, particularly the request, and it's good planning far in advance. Projects St Patrick have requested permission to use Wellington Place Car Park for the St Patrick's Day celebrations on Sunday the 16th and Monday the 17th of March next year. Then a number of retrospective requests for use of council property, and that was from St Mary's College, Irvinstown for Gortin Glens Forest Park, Shandon Park Residence for Todd's Field for a back to school family fun day. Tracks and Trails TV programme carried out some tourism filming at Loch Navar, and the All Star Entertainment Group also carried out some tourism filming at Marble Arch Caves at the end of September. Then for information, members may recall that there had previously been a recommendation in respect of Strathroy playing fields and a previous expression of interest process. The decision was deferred in respect of that, and members had asked that officers would facilitate a meeting between St Enda's Gaelic Football Club and Strathroy Harps Football Club. So that meeting took place last week, and both clubs have asked that the council would maintain that deferred decision position at this point in time. They're going to go back and consult with their respective members about the proposal for a single legal entity, and both clubs have undertaken to revert to officers in the next couple of weeks. So we would expect to bring a further report back to the members at the start of November. One request for use of council property as well. That was for the Omagh branch of the Ireland Palestine Solidarity Campaign. Had a meeting in Strull Arts Centre on Wednesday the 25th of September, and then a number of sealing of documents noted at section 3.3 within the paper. So members, the recommendations set out in paragraph 9.1 and 9.2 for council to approve the actions as set out, and denote those are there for information.
Thank you for that, John. Councillor Brown, first, please.
Thanks, Chair. Really just to propose we go with the recommendations there, and in particular to welcome the 2 water fountains which BID are very kindly providing in Buttermarket and Eden Street. I suppose that's going to be very helpful for people who want to maybe. It's always easy to go in and buy a bottle of water in the shop and plant single-use plastics, so it's good for our environment that we're able to have easy access to water supplies. And I suppose just as well to welcome and to thank BID really, for the work that they have put in improving Enniskillen Town Centre. I know a lot of work has gone into that, and they've kindly provided murals which make the place look a bit more welcoming and attractive for tourists. And again, coming up to Halloween, they've stepped in to provide the Enniskillen fireworks. So just want to again thank them. All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that, Councillor Brown. No other speakers. Could you get a seconder for the Councillor Crawford? Thank you very much. Now moving on to the next item, which is Community Wellbeing Director Report. To consider report on street naming and numbering due language, paper B. John?
Okay, thank you, Chair. And so I'm presenting this paper on behalf of my colleague, Director Community and Wellbeing. Again, this is a standard monthly report on requests for dual language signage to be installed in line with the council policy. And 9 requests have been received, been assessed in line with the council policy, and 5 of the roads have met the thresholds and the various criteria set out within the policies. So they're set out in Table 3, and it's recommended that members approve the installation of dual language signage set out in Table 3 of the report, and in accordance with the street and road naming and numbering policy 2021.
Thank you, John. Councillor Maguire?
Gormagan Carley, just to propose the recommendation, Chair. Mola Munroon, Gormagan.
Thank you, Councillor Maguire. Councillor McLaughlin?
Yes, Chair. Again, my party is in abeyance with the current policy, and I find it hard to believe that none of the residents on 2 roads engaged at all. And I'm wondering, was that quite strange? Nobody wanted it, and if it was, a politician was involved in what engagement they had made with the people that lived on that road.
Yeah, thank you for that. Councillor Paul Robinson?
DUP and Labour supporting it either.
Okay. Councillor McArdle?
I just want to second the recommendation there.
Yeah, no problem. Councillor Fitzgerald online, please.
Yes, I just want to support this proposal as well. And it's great that we have a democratic process. The people have been asked, the people have answered, and so we have over 50%. So I'm delighted with the outcome. So well done to everybody working on it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so that's been proposed and seconded, and with the dissent from the decision from the Ulster Unionist Party and the Democratic Unionist Party. All agreed? Thank you. Now moving on to item 6, correspondence, and there's none. And now item 7, any urgent and relevant business, and it's contacted by one councillor, Councillor McGrath. If you want to come in there, please.
Thank you, Chair. A few years ago, there was investigation started about possibly getting a park and ride car park at Craigan's Crossroads. At the minute, there's about 4 or 5 parking places there at the minute, and I know it didn't happen in my time, but a few years back there was maybe talks and investigations done, and it's been brought to my attention that this possibly could happen now if the council were still interested. You know, there's cars parked there on both sides of the road, and if there was maybe 10, 15 parking places, for a car park made, it would be a good help. I'm just wondering, would the council be up for opening up investigations to discuss this? It's I know it's been a few years now, but there was a few investigation talks about this a few years ago, but I'd just like to put it out there, just and hopefully get a bit of information on it from John, maybe. Thank you, Chair.
Come in now there, John. Thank you, Bernard.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, as I understand it, the provision of park and ride car parks across the country would fall to the DFI. So I would maybe suggest that the course of action in the first instance would be that we would write the DFI asking them to consider the request or to investigate the possibility of a park and ride at Craigan Crossroads, as a member has suggested, and that we would then wait to hear back from them, and necessarily officers can follow up on that as well with them.
Do you want to come back in there, Bernard?
That'll be good, John. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just see Councillor Fitzgerald. Do you want to come in on this item?
Yes, I think this issue has been ongoing, just as Councillor McGrath had said, for quite a while, but there was a land issue there, it was a legal issue, proceedings, and I'm not sure if those are completely all finalised there. DFA was trying to get in contact with the people, but it was due to death and transfer over property and different things around that area, so it may not just be as finished yet, but I know the DFA Roads was definitely looking productively at that, and they know the need for it. So let's hope this coming to fruition shortly.
Yeah, would you like to second just Councillor McGrath's proposal?
Please do.
there?
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'd like to second it. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Okay, that's that item dealt with. And now, could I get a proposal and seconder to go into committee? Councillor Feely, Councillor Robinson? Let's wait till.
Just a couple of seconds.
That's it, yeah.
It's maybe like a 30-second delay.
Meet confidential. Meeting stop. Yeah. wait till. Yeah, thank you. Just want to sum up there, John?
Uh, Thank you, Chair. So while in confidential business, members considered 3 reports relating to a number of matters on council estate and assets, and agreed the recommendations set out, and also received an update on some matters related to waste and recycling, and again approved the recommendations set out within the report.
Yeah, thank you, John. Proposer and second for that, Councillor Robinson, Councillor McLaury. And that brings our meeting to a close. Thank you all very much. Safe home.